Hi everybody, today we are going to try and prepare our backlights for rechroming, and as you can see my backlights from my Fiat have seen better days and the chrome is just chipping off. So it's not as easy to find a company in the European Union which does chroming, for the simple reason that it's environmentally unfriendly. So there are some options how to do it. One is vacuum blasting, I think is the name. And then there's a new airbrush technique that simulates the chroming. I haven't tried it, but some people recommend it. There are a few companies in Europe, I guess in the United States also. I think the original way how it was chromed was galvanization. Perhaps in your country it's still available, but in Czech Republic it isn't. So what I'm going to do is prepare these brackets, these light brackets, sand the old chrome off with hand. The problem with these Lamborghini Espada or Fiat 124 Coupe, Iso Lele backlights, they're all the same. If you are searching for some new, which I would highly recommend, because it's going to be pain in the ass to clean them, prepare them, but whatever, new ones are like 2000 euros, so it's not the cheapest. The problem with these lights is that the brackets are plastic, so that makes them brittle. The old plastic easily breaks. I have some experience with the tacho meter inside the car, which I rechromed also, and of course it broke, so I needed to install a new tachometer. So it's pretty straightforward. To take the lights out, you just unbolt two bolts in the back of the car, in the trunk. You take it slowly apart, not to break anything. As you can see, the old gasket just melted away, so be careful as not to break the brackets when you're taking it off. Maybe some heating would help. Yeah, and then the first step was cleaning it off, sanding it with a 300 grit sandpaper, and then move to a softer one like 1000 or something like that until you are happy with the results. After I'm finished, this is the first part, after I'm going to be finished with the sanding, I will send it to the blasting shop. Hopefully they will rechrome it nicely and I will show you the result. It's way cheaper, it's around $200 to rechrome it, so that's my way of how I'll renew these old lights. And since they are getting more rare with every year to find NOS, old stock parts, so I think renewing them is going to be the only way. So yeah, wish me luck and I'll keep you informed. Hi everybody, so finally the lights are on and they were sent back to me from the company which does the rechroming. The method that I used or the company is using is a vacuum blasting, I think is the name. What they do is that they paint the parts that need to be blasted, metal blasted with metal parts, and then they put it into a vacuum chamber and blast it with I think nickel, and after it dries up, then they put some acrylic top painting, see-through painting as a protective coat on it. As you can see, it finished up very nicely and it looks like brand new. But it hasn't been an easy journey because I had to prepare the brackets that hold the lights. I had to prepare them by hand. I had to sand them down with very soft sandpaper because the old chrome didn't want to get off the old plastic bracket, and I have been doing it for a week. It has been quite a hard labor, one of the hardest things that I have done on the Fiat. and I'm very pleased with the result. But there are some tips for you if you are going to repair your old backlights, not just for this Fiat, but I think Lamborghini Espada has the same backlights, Iso Lele and some BMWs. So it's not just for Fiat guys, but also for you other classic car enthusiasts. If you're going to rechrome it and you're not going to buy a new part or an NOS part, new old stock part, which are quite rare these days to find, and they cost quite a lot, like 1500 euros is a mint pair for pair with in mint condition. So if you are like me and like to do the stuff on your old car yourself, because it's quite pleasing and enjoying to repair your old car and get it in top shape, then I have some tips for you, and I'll be posting in the video some pictures of the process how I had done it. And yeah, it requires firm nerves, because it's quite hard to get rid of the old chrome. The bracket is plastic, it's 60 years old, so it's very brittle. So you really have to do it slowly with your hand, and it takes time and patience. Once you do that, you clean everything up, and there are several methods which you can use to rechrome the plastic part. There are some videos on YouTube of rechroming plastic. To be brutally honest, I tried it here and it's quite hard to get it right, so I decided to send it to a professional company which does lights for car companies, so they are professionals who know what to do, and I'm very pleased that I have done it because the result is very nice. It's not mint condition because the old plastic brackets are broken. In several parts they are just cracked, but it looks nice. It has a patina, and you can see it has been used, and it looks like a new part otherwise. So that's the condition I like my Fiat to be in, that it's a used car, enjoyed car. And so if you're going with this process, there are some other tips that I would like to recommend to you, so you learn from my mistakes, because I didn't just renew the brackets, I had to renew also the lenses, because the old gasket that has been under the lenses, white gasket, through the years it has dissolved into a gluish glue or a gunk, a very dirty material, which you will see in the picture that I will post while I'm talking to you. And I can tell you, I was cleaning the lenses and the bracket from this gunk for 1 week. And what happened to me is that the gunk, the glue that the dissolved gasket, I think it was, when I was cleaning it with vinegar and other cleaning materials, what happened is that the gunk, the white gunk, dissolved into the lenses. I don't know how it happened, but it did, and it destroyed my old lenses. I could use them, but as you guys who have classic cars know, I would see it every time that they are not perfect, and yeah, I wouldn't enjoy it as much as I have. So also, if you buy spare lenses, be very careful with them, because they are also very brittle. And when I was installing these lights now, I already did a small crack here, because it's just 60 years old plastic part, and yeah, the time has not been so kind to several parts on the Fiat. So either you can rechrome it, you can find a company who will do it for you, you don't have to clean it up yourself. I wanted to spare some money, because sometimes the company really charge for the hours they spend cleaning such pieces on the car, and the resulting price for the job is quite high. And so for me it makes sense to work on the car myself. If you are curious about how much it cost me, then I spent around 1 week really every day, cleaning the lenses, cleaning the brackets, and preparing the brackets for the chroming process. Then I had to find new lenses, which cost me 200 euros, which isn't cheap for like really primitive plastic part, but they are getting more rare with time because I don't think there is a company that is producing them now. For the chroming process, I think it has been around 180 euros. So all in all, it's around 400 euros. Oh, and also I bought a new rubber gasket that comes under the lenses, which cost me 80 euros. So I'm all in all 480 euros in it. And also the time I have spent on it. I really didn't enjoy it that much because it was very hard to clean the lenses up. But for 500 euros I have basically new lights, and the Fiat is looking better and better with every month that I'm working on it. I already started this season, and yeah, the car is perfect. As you can see, I installed all old Targa. In Italian I can't remember the license plates from Italy from the 60s, which had been on these cars, and the car looks with these number plates much better than with the Czech number plates, which are large and look out of place on this car. So yeah, these were some tips I wanted to give you. Keep your classic cars in tip-top shape, enjoy them. In Czech, as you can see, the weather is beautiful now. The spring is really gorgeous. And yeah, that's all. And I'll see you next time with other jobs that I'm doing on this car. Take care of your cars and stay safe.